Hello everyone. So this is the review of Holmes and Watson. Now I personally loved it. It was funny. It was Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Really, they're a good duo, and it was about another duo of history that's sort of funny. I don't think that people knew it was going to be a big time spoof when they originally saw it or saw the trailers for it, but you can obviously tell that it was going to be a comedy, but some people thought it would still be real. Of course, it's totally not. I still think that this movie is wonderful no matter what anyone says. It has funny parts about it. Sure, not everything that's meant to be a joke will make you laugh, but you have to look at it at my comedy spectrum. So at the top one is comedies. Yeah, of course, it makes sense. They're always the best ones, and they're usually the ones that get you the most laughs. The next one, which is sort of slightly lowered, is stand up. Those are always sort of bad because you feel like you have to laugh when the audience laughs. Sometimes they aren't good or aren't long enough. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Then the next one is, of course, spoofing. Spoofs aren't that like high budget. They aren't those masterpieces of pure art. They're just, let's take this idea and make it funny. And really, they do work sometimes. They don't work other times. I've seen a lot of spoofs that I really hate. And then the next one, of course, is sitcoms, and then a couple other ones like romantic comedies and ones that I don't want to talk about. But honestly, Holmes and Watson was probably the best spoof I've seen so far. I've seen about five or so. It was like the Hunger Games spoof, the 50 Shades of Grey spoof, and none of those were funny, and a couple others, but I don't remember them because they didn't make me laugh. Holmes and Watson really made me laugh. I think it obviously could have been way better if they made it rated R and included a lot more jokes that were, of course, sort of mean. They did have a lot of Trump jokes, which I kind of appreciate because I don't like Trump and I don't care about him. He's okay. He hasn't done anything too bad, but he hasn't done great stuff. So anyway, I really thought that Holmes and Watson was good, and it made fun of people a lot, and it made fun of their own source material a lot, like making is just being balls out silly. And sure, some people didn't get all the humor. Obviously, some of it was aimed towards that PG-13 audience, like all the masturbation jokes. But it still was funny because it had a nice connection between the two, which I want in a Holmes and Watson TV show or movie. I didn't really feel that with the Robert Downey Jr. and the other guy. I didn't feel that with them. I sort of felt that with the Sherlock TV show with Benedict Cumberbatch. I sort of felt it, but I didn't feel like they were best friends. But in Holmes and Watson, they were. And really, it did have a twist. I wasn't expecting this person who you know for a long time to do the murders. I wasn't expecting that. And honestly, it was kind of funny when they knocked out the Queen in one scene. And they do keep Sherlock as a smart brain, where he can tell stuff. And of course, I hated the beginning. I don't like learning that much about Sherlock because I don't feel like that's true. I obviously can see that thing happening to someone, like them being the shy kid and then getting that to happen to them. But really, it just wasn't my favorite. I did like most of it, mainly the scene where Holmes throws up in a office. But of course, I think that they could have fixed it if it was rated R. If it was, it could have been more like Step Brothers and more like other great John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell movies, but it was PG-13. At the end of the day, I was just glad that we got it.